everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. I think this is going to be a decently little informative video. I mean, look, so you might be looking online, right? You guys already read the title. You saw the thumbnail. You know what this is. This is the Ultimate Handgun Ammo Showdown. I don't know if I worded it exactly like that in the title, but regardless, steel case ammo versus brass case ammo. Which one is going to be the best? Why should you choose whichever one, right? We're going to get into it. So there's a pro with steel case ammo that a lot of people will very obviously point out, which is that steel case ammo more times than not will be cheap, or excuse me, more times than not will be cheaper than brass case ammo. Why is that? Well, steel is just a cheaper material. That is the truth of the matter here, whether people want to admit it or not. Some people would argue, oh, well, you can get some pretty good deals when we're talking about steel case ammo. And keep in mind, guys, I'm going to keep it simple. We're only going to be talking about handgun ammunition today. Why? Because there are some rifles, like, for example, the AK, that are literally made for steel case ammo. They're not made for brass case ammunition. So, I mean, it'll function brass ammo as well, but regardless, we're going to keep the topic on handgun ammunition today. Should you shoot steel or brass through your handguns? Why or why not? I already mentioned pretty much the one pro about steel case ammo is that it is a little bit cheaper. Now, I will say a con along with, I actually have a few cons about steel case ammunition, so let's get right into them. So for starters, just to combat that pro that we listed, a lot of steel case ammo now is, well, not a lot, at least all the cheap Russian steel case ammunition, for example, the Wolf, whatever you would find, that would normally be shipped from Russia, and that was going to cost more because of the import bans that have been in effect for a while. So that's already going to be kind of an issue, so you're not really getting as much of a deal as you would want to be getting. But about on average, the average deal you get, or the average savings you receive from getting steel case ammo over brass case ammo for 9mm, we'll say, is roughly $1 per every 50 rounds. It's not really that much cheaper. I've literally seen same brands, same bullet weight, same everything. Only differences was one was steel, one was brass, and the steel $1 cheaper. And it's not like it's just a one company thing. I've seen it several times with a ton of different companies. I mean, MagTech, another example. Actually, a US example, MagTech. But regardless, steel case ammo, generally speaking, is not as accurate. Why does that matter? You want to hit your target where you're aiming. You don't want it to be off a little bit just because of the ammunition you're using. Who knows? Maybe you only use steel ammo, so maybe you're a marksman with it, if you would. Who knows? But what I'm getting at is that if you generally are running brass ammunition and you start shooting steel, you will notice that the steel ammo is not as accurate. Moving on from that, though, one of the more important parts, which also kind of combats the savings, quote unquote, that you get from getting steel case ammo, is that because steel is a harder material than brass, it will wear down your extractor a good little bit quicker. A lot of people don't want to admit that. They don't like that, but it's the truth. Now, if you wear down your extractor, sure, some people might argue, oh, well, it's not going to wear down that quickly. It's not a super expensive part either. I'll keep shooting steel. You do you, bro. You do you. All I'm saying, though, is if you don't know how to replace the extractor, if you don't generally know that it will wear down your extractor and other parts a good little bit quicker, how difficult is it going to be for you to find out what the problem is when the problem arises? It's going to be pretty difficult. So keep in mind, you're having to buy the extra part now. You're having to, if you don't know how to do it, have a gunsmith or a good friend do it. If it's a gunsmith, you're probably going to have to pay them. If it's a good friend, they might be like, hey, toss me like $5, something like that. Who knows? My whole point is simply that now you are even going further back, closer to the cost of brass-cased ammunition. So where is the benefit for steel? I don't really see it anymore. Now, brass ammunition. Let's talk about some pros and cons here. Cons. I really can't think of that many cons. Pros with brass. It's going to be easier on your gun parts. It is more available. Considering the fact that it's not too much more expensive sticker price and it's going to not wear down your parts as quickly, I feel you're getting a better value out of it. And last but not least, this one isn't really a big deal to me, but I'm sure it would be a big deal to some people, especially those who reload their ammunition. Brass case ammunition is much easier to reload than steel is. Steel is pretty much impossible from what I'm hearing. But all in all, with that being said, I do think that about wraps it up for this video. I mean, I know some people are going to be like, oh, he just sat there just dunking on steel case ammo the entire video. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going to be shooting steel case ammunition out of your handguns, what else do you expect me to say? You're saving, in 9mm at least, you're saving $1 per box. And to even assume that it's about the same, because it might be less in other calibers like 45 ACP, for example, to assume it's even the same, it's still just not worth it. It doesn't make sense to me. You're wearing down parts on your gun just for $1 per box saved. That doesn't work. That doesn't really add up in my opinion. But with that being said, I think that about wraps it up for this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all and. Whether or not you agree with me about this topic, I mean, I really don't get how some people could disagree with me. It is just a simple fact that steel case ammunition will wear down parts like your extractor quicker. It is just a matter of fact that steel case ammunition is not as common as brass case ammunition is now. And it is just a simple fact that brass case ammunition is going to be much better for your firearms. So I really don't care whether or not you guys agree or disagree with me on this one, because these are all proven. But whether or not you like the content or not, because this is a more informative video than a more opinion-based video, whether or not you like the content or not, go ahead and comment down below. Make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.